Hey guys, I'm Mark. Today I will tell you the story where boy saved Earth and now must live with the alien girl who thinks that married him. Now let's start. At the beginning of the story, huge alien airships came to the Earth. Humans feel fear inside looking up at the huge airship. There are constant lightning flashes over the Statue of Liberty. Inside the airship there is a group of alien invaders who are ready to take over the Earth. Meanwhile, Japan has not been invaded by aliens yet. People are having peaceful days as usual. Our protagonist named Ataru also appears at this time. Ataru is a boy who's into girls so much, always staring at other girls, that his girlfriend Shinobu freaks out. To make her happy, Ataru promises that he only likes her. Shinobu just getting better with her mood. Ataru is drawn by other girls and he ends up being slapped in his face by her. Ataru is lying beside the bridge and he is very depressed. A monk runs over and knocks him directly into the river. The monk's name is Sakuranbo. He thought that Ataru wants to jump off the bridge. He doesn't want any accident, so he bumped into Ataru trying to do something good. The explanation makes Ataru even more frustrated after he experiences all bad luck today. But that's not the last one. A bunch of men in black rushes over and surrounds Ataru. It turns out that the alien leader launches a game. They randomly select an Earthman to play a one-on-one game. The Earthman only needs to catch the horn on the alien's head within 10 days to win. Once the Earthman fails, the aliens will take over the Earth. If aliens lose, they will leave the Earth in peace. Ataru is the one who is randomly selected. Shinobu is worried that something bad will happen to Ataru that she strongly opposed. At this time, the daughter of the chief alien appears as the one that is going to compete with Ataru. Ataru is fascinated by Lum's hot figure. Shinobu sees through his thoughts and leaves angrily. The alien leader announces that the game will officially start tomorrow. The hope of protecting the Earth lies in Ataru. Many aliens and Earthlings gather in the stadium where the competition starts. Ataru surprisingly finds out that Lum can fly. He can't even touch her, even though Ataru doesn't give up hope. He keeps cheering for himself and fantasizing that his triumph will make him a hero that all girls like. It's a pity for Ataru that Lum moves too fast. She either runs to taste the delicious human food or lies on the rooftop and falls asleep. After 9 days, Ataru still failed to meet Lum, not to mention grabbing the horn on her head. The alien leader arrogantly predicts that the Earth would belong to him for an interview. Ataru's parents are under a lot of pressure. Once the Earth falls, people will blame Ataru. At the end of the last day, Ataru is stressed out with the situation. To cheer him up, Shinobu promises to marry him as long as he wins the game. This kind of encouragement impacts Ataru, is determined to win tomorrow. On the last day of the competition, Ataru runs fast than ever. He can even reach Lum's feet, but to his surprise, Lum can give him an electric shock. Ataru, who is knocked down by the electric shock, tries hard to get up. He rushes to Lum time after time and he doesn't want to give up. Ataru is very eager to win the game and marry Shinobu. He keeps shouting to marry him. In a surprise attack, he catches on Lum that her underwear falls off. Lum is so pissed off that she uses an electric shock on Ataru again. She angrily rushes to Ataru to get back her underwear. Ataru beats her on her own game and he uses the underwear as bait to grab the horn on Lum's head. Earthmen win the game at the end of the competition. Ataru is thrilled that he already starts fantasizing about the scene where he would have hundreds of babies with Shinobu. Here the accident happens. Previously, Ataru has been shouting for marriage. It turns out that Lum misunderstood what Ataru said and thinks that it is the proposal to her. Lum straightly announced in public that she wants to marry Ataru. The alien leader fails in occupying the Earth and losing his daughter. No one listens to what Ataru wants to say. Lum decides to stay with Ataru and he wants to escape but fails, because Lum gets him paralyzed with an electric shock. Later, Lum couldn't stand Ataru's constant eviction, so she hides back in her flying saucer. She has been using radio waves to interfere with the conversation between Ataru and Shinobu. A passing plane goes missing after being disturbed by the radio waves. Even the news reported this incident and the host commented that Ataru's love triangle has affected the Earth. Lum doesn't care about the scandal. She kept increasing the radio waves to interfere with Ataru and Shinobu's phone calls. Ataru decides to hang out with Shinobu, but Lum gets jealous and she uses high-tech devices to control the thunder and lightning. As long as Ataru is out of the door, he will be punished. Ataru's father lent his rubber raincoat to him, seeing how persistent he is to see Shinobu. With this raincoat that is completely insulating, Ataru has more confidence to do what he wants. Sakuranbo is also moved by how infatuated Ataru is. He volunteers to help but helps him in the wrong way. That Ataru is hit by the telephone pole. Ataru gets mad and knocks down Sakuranbo. Lum sees Ataru and Shinobu running toward each other. She increases the intensity of the lightning and sets a large-scale power outage on the Earth. Ataru and Shinobu hug each other in the dark. At this moment, Lum's drowned by jealousy that she controls the flying saucer and crashes into them. Ataru mistakes Lum for Shinobu and hugs her up. It's Shinobu's turn to be jealous. In the following days, all the happenings turn Ataru's family upside down. Ataru has to deal with clingy Lum, who insists to marry him. When Ataru is in class, the teacher and classmates are holding back their anger. Shinobu is even angrier and she cries a lot. It turns out that Lum comes to the classroom again and tries to flirt with Ataru constantly. The fact that Lum forces a kiss on Ataru levels up the whole situation. Shinobu is very angry. She even picks up the table and smashes Ataru madly. After the conflict, Ataru is pressed down by a pile of chairs. Poor Ataru is covered in injuries. Ataru can't cope with what's happening recently, so he chooses to disguise himself and runs away from home. The idea Ataru has for running away not just failed, but also showed in the broadcast on TV with a photo of him leaving home. Ataru bumps into a girl when he tries to run away again. The girl's called Sakura. She's a witch and she sees a disaster coming after Ataru, all of which are related to women. Sakura, who is frail and sick, is very kind to others. She has never been cured of her illness but still wants to help others. When Sakura brings Ataru back home to exorcise evil spirits, Ataru notices that Sakura's mother looks like Sakuranbo, who seems not a good person. He freaks out to run away, but Sakura's mother catches him back with a rope. Sakura is very stubborn and Ataru tries to escape several times, but he is caught eventually. Meanwhile, Sakura's mouth gets swollen very badly, just like a monster. It turns out that Sakura is much sicker than other people and she is very weak. In the short dozens of minutes that Sakura exorcised Ataru, she has had several times of headaches and heart pains. The exorcism ceremony was interrupted several times. Ataru is terrified by this strange vibe and he sees more and more monsters crawling on him. Halfway through the exorcism ceremony, Sakura feels that all her diseases have gone away. It turns out that Sakura accidentally transfers all the devils from her to Ataru, and then Sakura sealed all these demons. But main demon hears of what she does here. He launches an attack on the private parts of Ataru. Ataru is sent to the hospital. His family gets worried about him being in a coma. At this time, a beautiful nurse passes by. Ataru immediately comes around and hits on the nurse. Lum is irritated by what he does and uses electric shock on Ataru. Ataru returns home and resumed his life of being electrocuted by Lum every day. He asks Sakuranbo if he can seal Lum's superpower as he does to the devils. For the safety of Ataru, Sakuranbo makes a ribbon to seal her superpowers. He asks Sakura to secretly find someone to send it to Ataru. Lum's superpower will be sealed as long as Ataru puts the ribbon on her horns. Ataru is the only person who can take off the ribbon. Ataru seems to see the life savior when he gets the ribbon and he coaxed Lum into saying that it's a gift from the husband to his wife. Lum falls for it. After Lum's horn is tied with the ribbon, her ability completely disappears. She can't fly or use electric shock. At this moment, Lum hasn't realized that it's Ataru's trick. She shows off her ribbon to Shinobu when she comes to give food to Ataru, which makes her jealous and wants to stay away from Ataru. Lum has lost her superpower as well as her sense of security that night. She has been staying over and trying to live with Ataru. She finds out a letter from Sakuranbo to Ataru. Now everything comes out in the wash and she knows it was Ataru who wants her superpower to be sealed. Without superpowers, Lum just scratches Ataru's face with her fingernails. Ataru is already feeling guilty and now he is forced to untie the ribbon. Lum restores her superpower and intensifies it. Ataru is doomed to escape tonight. Through Sakuranbo's divination, he foresees that he might be implicated in troubles and flees with his luggage overnight. But that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss new videos, and I'll see you soon.